Okay. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to have Chrissy Chlapecka here with me for Kiss Under the Influence. Welcome to the studio.
Hello. Thank you.
Can I just say that I was getting a wax today, right? And
Love
so
it.
my waxer was like, who are you interviewing today? And I told her, and she was like, I'm obsessed with her. I follow her on Instagram and on TikTok. And I was like, yeah, she's freaking amazing. I'm so excited to talk to her.
Oh my gosh, wait, that's amazing. Tell your wax person I love them.
Yes.
I'm honored.
So you are huge on social media, especially TikTok. You are constantly busy. How do you have time for it all?
I mean, gosh, do I? I honestly, I try and schedule my days very, as well as I can. When I make content, I try to make it like 1 hour a day or a week.
Yeah.
Just kind of mass produce content and post it throughout the week. So then the rest of the week I can focus on creating music and sleeping.
That's important.
But yeah, we're figuring it out still. I am not great at scheduling, but we try. We try our best, and that's what matters.
How did you get into content creating? I know for a lot of people it started in quarantine. Was that the same for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was going through a really transitional phase in my life at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotten out of a pretty bad relationship, and I was still really young. I was like, I just turned 20, and I was really figuring myself out and like just who Chrissy is. Like, what is she about? Because I felt like I really didn't know her. And I started just like posting on TikTok, and I was like, I'm just going to say my little thoughts and my little silly ideas. And it was like right away, people were like astounded with how silly I was and some of like, I think the good advice that I can like give to people. And that's kind of how I blew up, and ever since I've been an active creator online.
What was the exact moment where you realized, wow, like this is actually taking off and I got to keep going with this?
I think it was the moment I quit my job at Starbucks.
Oh.
I was like doing content for like 6-7 months and like constantly, going viral, and things were really changing just in my like regular everyday life. And it got to the point where like I found management, which I was like, social media people have management. I didn't know a thing about this. I really was just like having fun. And then I realized, oh, this can be a job. And I quit like the 3 jobs I was working to be able to pay rent. And that's when I was like, all right, it's time to like take this seriously and follow my dreams, because I, 1, want to pay rent, and 2, like want to like be a star.
Yeah. And it worked for you. I mean, I think what a lot of people love the most about you is your messages. So you're constantly combating toxic masculinity online. Why do you feel like that's something that you should be doing?
Oh my God. Well, I think I've just experienced a lot of that throughout my life. I've, unfortunately, like been through a lot of toxic situations with men and abusive relationships, and at a really young age. And so I had to learn some lessons really quickly. And I think I'm really grateful that I learned things, and I can kind of flip that narrative for myself and kind of change it and become like a more confident and just like a better person out of it. And, just like help anyone who's kind of going through that stuff too, because it's not easy, and especially with the way our society is built to, tell women what they should do, what they shouldn't, and who they should date, and like the things that should be okay in relationships when they're really not. Like, I kind of want to be there to be like, no, like those things aren't okay, and it's okay to be you in any way, shape, or form, and whatever makes you comfortable. And like, I don't know, I just like, I feel like I owe that to myself, like my younger self, and just anyone who watches me. Like, I want someone to be able to take away something from even the silliest of videos I make.
Yeah, I love that. What exactly is the Bimbo Movement?
Wow. So that like really happened as almost an accident.
Okay.
I was, just being silly online and posting videos, and I just got a bunch of comments that were like, oh my gosh, like bimbofication. And I was like, wait, that's exactly it. I am a bimbo. And, I really started thinking about it and just, embracing the things about myself that maybe make me a bimbo, just like my hyper femininity, my love for pink, my love for who I am and how I dress, and, just the intelligence I have that maybe isn't so practical, or what people like society says is intelligent, like emotional intelligence and just like street smarts and stuff like that, like things that just make me me. And I really started embracing that online, and also kind of embracing like, don't let men tell you what to do, like be yourself. Like you don't need a guy to be whole. You can be you and be whole and be feminine and queer and, just whoever you are, whatever makes you comfortable. And that's kind of how that began. And so it was like the Gen Z bimbo just kind of became a celebration of yourself and femininity, or anywhere you land in that spectrum. Like, if you want to call yourself a bimbo and you're super masculine, like, cool. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole side of TikTok. It's like Bimbo Talk, and I even saw that it's a whole section of it on Wikipedia. I'm like, this is actually a thing.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so cute. One of your followers created a video. It was like a list of rules for bimbofication, right? And she put on there rules for 2022. It was like, stop fact checking, only focus on you and your looks at all the time. Just say, I don't know to every question. Stop going through phones and trying to catch people cheating.
Yeah.
So if you could come up with a list for 2023 of us women or anybody to go, follow for this year, what would it be?
Gosh, I mean, it'd definitely be put yourself first.
Yes.
Love yourself, embrace who you are. Stop trying to make other people comfortable. Try and make yourself comfortable. Just really embrace every part of yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is about it. Like, just not conforming to what other people want you to do, and like just really staying true to who you are and what your gut is telling you. Like, I'd say that's like number one.
Yeah. I would say also to stop explaining yourself. I feel like that's something that I have always done.
Yeah.
Always having people asking me why, and I'm done explaining myself and my actions.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stay true to who I am. I don't got to tell you or explain to you nothing.
Exactly. It's none of your business.
Yes. Okay, well, let's talk music. So you have a couple songs, and you were named one of the brightest pop stars to watch by Rolling Stone, which is crazy. How did that feel?
Oh my gosh. Insane. Like, I still get butterflies thinking about that. Like, I am just so honored. I mean, like, ever since I was a kid, I used music as just like a form of therapy. Like, I was in every single choir there was, every show going on in my city, like everything. I had to do it. And, I was really like grateful that content creation could lead me to music, because that really is always what I've wanted to do. Whether content creation came or didn't, I would find my way here. And so it was just like absolutely insane. Like, the first song I, teased, I was named like the brightest pop star to watch. So
Wow.
I'm extremely grateful, and I just like want to follow that feeling. And no matter how things go, just remember, like, I'm always worthy of this. And, like, I'm doing this for me and the people that watch me. And like, I'm just excited to have fun and like be myself and create little songs.
Yeah. Tell me about the inspiration behind your song Alpha.
Oh my gosh. Well, that has a lot to do with toxic masculinity, especially online. You can go under maybe the alpha male hashtag anywhere and find some very interesting characters on there, I'd like to say, who are spewing some really horrible, abusive narratives online and teaching their young male followers predominantly to, be not a very great person and be abusive and to hurt other people, especially like women or queer people, etc. And, just being someone who's so the opposite of that online, like, I like to write music and like create music from like experience and things like I've felt, because I want to like be in touch with myself in that way. And I think music is the most vulnerable like I can be. And my experience online has also been a lot of those kinds of men coming at me. I mean, forever. Like, I'm not their biggest fan and they're not mine. And I just wanted to sing from like a very real experience of like, you look like you act like an alpha male, but you're really the small dog in the park, baby.
That part. Is it ever hard to turn those real moments and ideas that you're taking from your life into songs? Because sometimes it can be hard to, and painful to go back to those memories, or it can be therapeutic.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes it's hard for sure. I think there right now are some things I avoid with writing that like I need to get more comfortable with myself in. I think, which is also like a fun thing I get to talk about in therapy, like things I do want to share with the world just about who I am. And I've shared a lot, but there are also things that like are hard. And like, even if I've touched on them, like it's not always 100% comfortable. But I also understand like I'm in just this position where people are looking at me and they're looking at me for advice. And I don't think I have to share every single bit of myself online. I don't think that's healthy. But I also want to figure out like what I feel deserves to be shared with people and what I feel could help people in their journeys, just because I know there are a lot of fans who look at me and really like take in what I say, even if it's something I think is so just like, haha, I made a silly joke. Like, people are really paying attention, and I want to, do that with my music. And like, I'm So Hot and Alpha were like two just very, like, as funny and like gimmicky as the songs are, like, they're very real to me.
Yeah.
And I want to continue to do that in a way that like is healthy for me and also portrays a message that is important and that can be like really taken in a fun way right now. Like, I'm in my fun era with music.
Yes. With the pressure of people looking at you for advice and you being an inspiration, I know that can sometimes be like heavy. So who do you go to when you need advice or when you need a break, and who do you go to for advice?
My therapist.
Oh, yes, me too.
I love her. I think my brother too. He's like my best friend. I mean, he has obviously grown up with me and has seen me from the start. And so, if I ever get like a little too like caught up in like where I'm at right now, he can always ground me back to, me as a kid or just any of that. I've got also the people I work with in music, like my producers and songwriters, like my Dallas Caton and like Alex Veltri, like the two people I really work with so much, like they really like bring me down to earth. Like, they're really some safe people that I can write with and create with. And I think that's just so important when you're doing anything creative, to be in a group of people that are just safe and that you can, just talk with and be honest with and laugh with.
So you have a new song coming out. We're going to call it Head B.
Head B, yes.
Radio version. What's the song about?
Okay. This is the radio version of this. So this is about having a crush on, say, a popular girl and having fun with her in your pink car.
This is real radio
This
edited.
is very radio edited,
Okay.
but it's fun. And it's a pride anthem. That's what matters.
If you can read between the lines, it seems like it's going to be a badass song. I'm excited. So what else are you working on besides that? Any other songs, any other projects? Are you going to do some shows?
Yeah. So I have some shows scheduled at Subculture for, I believe, July or August, and one in October that I'm super excited about. And yeah, I've got New York Pride coming up, VidCon I'm performing at, which is super exciting to bring content creation and music together. And yeah, I mean, I've got another song ready to be released kind of right after Head B that I'm extremely excited for. This has been one of my favorite songs. And I got another one lined up for the end of summer. And then who knows? Like, I'm kind of just going where the wind takes me with this. I'm trying to just, I could sit on a song for years or 6 months and be afraid of how it's going to do, or I can just like release it and see what happens. And I'm just kind of in my let's release it and see what happens phase.
I love that so much. Well, it is Pride Month. So as one of TikTok's LGBTQ trailblazers, what is a message that you want to share with your followers or anyone listening when it comes to Pride Month?
Oh my gosh. Well, this is hard. I feel like this Pride Month is a little heavier than normal. And I think this is kind of just an uncertain time for a lot of people. Just there's a lot of shouting from lots of places on the internet and the news and everything. And I think it's just very it's just not the brightest right now. And I just want people to remember that within our community, there are so many amazing people. There are so many kind people. There are so many people who care about you. And I'm one of them, and I hope you can go to my page or go to my music to find a safe space, and never to rush anything too, coming out or doing anything, and to take things at your own pace, and just take care of yourself. I think that's my biggest piece of advice right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. It was so nice talking to you. You are a vibe. I love your energy and your spirit. And thank you. Good luck with everything that you got coming up.
Thank you so much. This was amazing. I really appreciate it.
Perfect.